Mr. Minnick here. We're going to begin Assignment 2 in CompSci 221. Assignment 2 is to modify the existing bank account class. That's one of my demo programs. So either clicking on that link or going to my demo programs webpage and clicking this one called banktest.java. Actually, I'm going to click on the other one. Let's see where that takes me. So this demo program, bank account class, is really this file here. I'm going to copy all of that code, and then we're going to paste it into Netbeans. I can't right-click, so I just do Control-C on my Windows keyboard here. Hopefully that copies it. And so now I have that code. And now over here in Netbeans that I've now opened up on this computer, Netbeans opens up, and let's pretend that there are no projects here, as if this is a brand new copy of Netbeans, like you would likely find on your home computer. To start a new project, you go here to File New Project, and of course, we're in a class where we're writing Java code, so Java and Java Application, and I'm just going to click the next button there. And where do I want to place this project? I want to place it on my desktop, since I'm using a campus computer here. I don't have storage area anywhere else. So desktop, project name, bank. Well, this is really assignment 2, but the name of this project may or may not be specified in the specs. Hold on a second. As of now, in the fall of 2014, there's no specified name for this project. So maybe bank account, but tack on the word project. That would be good, so that you know the difference between the project and the class. I don't like to put spaces in the names of anything when I'm in programming. A space might be supported there, but I like to avoid it in case it causes a problem here. Okay, the name of the project and the location is ready to go. Now the question is, do I want a package or not? The package there looks like it takes on the name of the project. Now since you guys are all different students and you're all doing the bank project, you might want to slap your name in here, unless you've already started this project here this fall. You put like John Doe in there, because then if I do collect these electronically, each of your projects don't sort of mix each other up. They're all like in their own package. So bank account project John Doe, that's all auto created, so that's good. And now I click finish. And here is the organization now that Netbeans gives us over here on the left. I have a project under this projects tab, and clicking the plus symbol there, I have source code underside there, and then the name of the project that was automatically made, which is really the name of the package, which was automatically created. Notice package names are always lowercase. We never put spaces in package names, and it's the name of the project, simply all lowercase. Now under that plus symbol, that's my source code. There, the name of the class is capitalized with a capital B, and all the letters are capitalized there, and it ends with a .java extension. I'm going to double click just to make sure it's showing up over here, closing everything I might have had from like weeks before. Here is the code. You're going to wipe this out, of course, and put your name up here in any format that I might specify in my coding standards that are somewhere else on my website. That's on your own time. Each of you will have your own package name, probably bank account project Jane Doe and Bill Smith and Herbert Hoover, and whatever your name is would be right there. Okay, I don't need the author stuff here. That's a nice style, but for now I don't need it. I don't like this curly brace thing, so I'm bringing that down. I'm bringing this curly brace down next line. For now, I'm just going to delete all those extra comments there. And of course, there's something to do. You have to type your code here. Well, anyway, I copied the code from that demo, but we need to name it this, and we need to use the package name. So I'm going to paste in the code from the demo right below all of this. Control V on my keyboard. So there's the code I got from my website, and I'm just going to change the name of the class to the name of the project and initial driver class that we provided there. So I'm pasting that there. public static void main was already supplied on my website, so I can delete now that much of it. But I want to keep the package name there because I do have a package. We're not using the default package, which in that case we would not need this line of code. Okay, fixing this up here with minimal style. I now have no squiggly underlines, no red squiggly underlines, so I can actually execute this program. So what happens when you execute a program like this? In other words, let's trace this demo program and try to predict what happens. When I click the little green button, the green arrow here to run it, and we see down in our console output window down below what the output is, well, there is no output. It's right now blinking, waiting for me to input something. No, it's, oh, finally, yeah, it was just very slow. Your balance is currently 0. Okay, that's it. That's the output of this demo program. Okay, let's trace it. Let's try to understand why it does what it does. Well, if there's a, first of all, collapsing all of the classes. I forget how you collapse things. Well, anyway, I didn't figure out how to collapse that whole class, but take a look at what I have highlighted. That is a public class, and it has a public main method inside of it. That's where we start executing code in this kind of Java application. Everything below this is our other classes, which, because of this overly simple way we're doing this first demo, cannot have the word public here. And if there were any other classes, which there could be, even though there aren't down here, they cannot be public. They would need to be the default, which I think is package level scope. Okay, so here we go. Let's trace the main method. Well, this line of code declares a variable named savings, and the data type of savings is not an int or a double. It's not a primitive data type built into the language. Instead, it's a bank account object, not a bank account variable. It's preferable to say it's a bank account object variable. So what is a bank account? Is bank account something that comes with Netbeans? No. Bank account is something that is part of just this file. Sorry about all this messing up here. Bank account is right here. It's typed out. It's defined as a class. And unlike C++ that often splits this up into two files, it's all one nice tidy file. And a bank account object, such as the one named savings, has internally, it has two fields here. It has a name and a balance. So by default, savings has a default name of nothingness and a default balance of $0. How can I tell? Well, because this code right here just executed. That's a constructor call statement. So the act of typing new means we're allocating memory space for a bank account object. And a bank account object is defined as something that has a name and a balance. And now see this thing called a default constructor? It's the word bank account empty parentheses. Well, that is indeed what we are calling by executing this code right here. So let's now trace the code that's inside this set of curly braces, also known as the default constructor. Well, this is a crazy line of code. This 0.0. The word this means the object that you're currently manipulating, which is the savings account object. There could be a savings 2, a savings 3, and a savings 4. There could be other types of bank accounts like checking and money market and whatnot. Well, this one and only object that's declared in this main method is being brought to life. It's being constructed by executing this code. Well, when we say this 0.0, that means we are looking for another constructor that takes a double as a parameter, because that's a decimal number. It's a double, 0.0. Hey, look, right here. Right here is another constructor. Constructors always have the same name as the class that they are in. So this is a default constructor because it has empty parentheses. This is what I just call a other constructor. Some people call them simply constructors with parameters. Well, this has a parameter, and it is a double. So the 0.0 gets passed as a parameter and plugs in for new balance. Then we execute this code that's inside the curly braces here. That's where the name attached to this savings account is defaulted to nothingness, And then we execute this if-else. If new balance is greater than or equal to 0. Well, new balance is indeed equal to 0.0, so this is indeed true, and therefore we're putting 0.0 from the right to the left, right-hand assignment, into a left-hand operator, left-hand, name. And so 0.0 is being plugged into balance. Balance, you'll see, is the name of the official field. This new balance could have been anything. It could have been X. As long as you have X being assigned into balance, now we're good. So what if somebody would have typed a negative number in? What if I would have typed negative 15 there? Well, because negative 15 is not greater than or equal to 0, the else would have executed, and this account would have been initialized to 0 anyway. So this is kind of safe. It doesn't let somebody put negative money into a bank account when it's initialized. So the bottom line is, up here in what we call the test class, also known as sometimes as the client class, we do have a new account that has a name of nothingness and an amount of money of 0. So what are we doing on the next line of code? We're calling the method display balance with the savings account object that we declared and constructed there. Savings account dot display balance, empty parentheses. So we are looking down below in the bank account class, because savings, you see, has a data type of bank account. So we're looking down here for a method named display balance. Well, it's not here because those are the two constructors we just kind of passed through. Oh, it's not this method. That's named reset account. That's not being used anywhere in the program up above. Withdrawal is not being used in this simple example program. Neither is get balance. There it is, display balance. This method, which takes no parameters, simply system out prints some stuff. And it prints out whatever the current balance is of the savings account. Finish this up. Okay, here we go. So that number 0 plugs in for the, it plugs in for this format specifier of %f, but we threw a 0.2 in there, which means that it must be rounded to the nearest penny. Okay, you can look those codes up in any C or Java code reference library, because this printf is really it's also a C function that would work in C++ or C, and Java just borrows that same function. Okay, so that explains the output down here of 0.00. Okay, so that's a quick walkthrough of